Righto, well, a few advances. Look at that. Lights, we have power on the room, and those of you who have visited recently have not had the ability to have power because there was none. We now have air conditioning, and it is cool as cool in here, which is great. It's not an overly hot day today. It's only been about 25, I think, or something like that. But we've also been busy doing quite a few other bits and pieces, which we'll get to in a minute. We're sorting out so much in here right now. They got started before we had air conditioning in here because we had no power on the building. So we can actually get some serious time. We'll get some chairs and put some stuff in here and actually get moving and sort through. A lot of it's just, catalogues and J-Cart, Ultronics, Dick Smith, and lots of manuals for radios. So we're going to get through and see what we can, get categorised. Sam got me this little ability to put all your brochures and bits and pieces into. One of the things we're having a little bit of trouble with is space. A lot of trouble. So stands like this, as nice as they are, take up a lot of space, and quite seriously, whilst they're nice and decorative and that's great, things like this we can get a lot more into. That's probably not where it's going to stop. It's just got put there because that's where we shoved it. But recent things that have come in, what have we got? There's a brand new TS520S. When I say brand new, I mean brand new. It didn't get used. Long story, that one. FT2000, there's a few other things, but we've got to get into those and have a bit of a look and just see what they all do. But let me go outside and show you what we've been doing today, because there has been progress. As you know, this room has got a toilet and has got a little kitchen area. Of course, to make all this work, you got to have, I want to check this, by the way, you got to have power. Nice and cold. Oh, that's great. I'll tell you what, the people who sold me this building, they really did a great job. Toilet in there, that'll be, you're about to see what's going on with that. We're not actually totally hooked up just yet, but let's go and have a look. Okay, so this is the outside. This is the building that you're all becoming familiar with, and what we've been up to is getting power hooked up and also a bit of 100mm pipe. Now obviously we're not connected to the toilet just yet, we've just got to come in and underneath that building, but we've done the hard bit, which has been quite a bit of work today, and I haven't been out of bed. This was a challenge for me today. My plumber wanted me up bobcatting at 7:30 in the morning, and some of the drugs I'm on at the moment, they don't exactly give you a lot of ability to to get to sleep at night sometimes, and the problem being that means you're sometimes being a little bit later before you get off to sleep. Anyway, that being said, I was up at 7:30, trenched all this along here, and as you can see, just keeps on going. This was actually quite a bit deeper in some spots. We weren't sure just exactly what our fall was going to be. So, and the problem with the Bobcat is that you don't get a second shot to get back on. You'll fill your own trenches in if you try and get the Bobcat back over once you've done the trench. So you tend to go a bit deeper rather than the opposite. But this has come up really well, and we also did the pipes to the new ensuite as well that's going in. So that's sort of ready to go. Well, sorry, I shouldn't say that. We've got them prepared. The thing about having an ensuite is you've got to build the building that it goes into. Apparently that's really significant. So anyway, so basically this comes down here. You follow this little trail. We had an old septic that was in here. The new one got put in 5 years ago. We just haven't connected up to it. But the old septic was right here. I hit that with the Bobcat excavator head about a dozen times, and that sort of fell into a pile. And of course, you know that thing about certain stuff rolling downhill? Well, it does. And as you can see, it rolled all the way downhill. And I've had to go back and sort of fill. I had a little trench where I took a trench from here all the way down to the bottom of the block here. And that'll probably get very green down the bottom there over the next few months. But anyway, that has now been filled in. The old septic tank's gone, and the new septic tank is around the front. And there's a cow mooing in the background there. There's a few of them actually up the top of the hill there. They get a bit excited. Anyway, all right, so yeah, that's sort of today. So we've got a few old pipes that we can actually get rid of now. These breathers here don't actually, the one down there doesn't do anything anymore. And excuse me, all sort of disconnected, but still got a little bit of cleanup to do. Plus, I want to use this trench here. We're just going to throw in, as you'll see, some data and RF cable just sitting where, there it is. So we're just going to throw some conduits in, and we're just going to bring them back under the house here and over to the building over there. We won't be dropping them overly, sort of low. They'll only be sort of probably 200 mil down below the surface, but they don't really, most of the area that we're talking about here is going to be concreted, so certainly in the walkways over there. Here, maybe some garden beds, a couple of things, so we'll see. All right, so that's what's been going on. I'm going to definitely have no trouble getting to sleep tonight. I know I carry on about not getting enough sleep because of things that are happening and sickness and illness and blah, blah, blah. But tonight, I guarantee you, I will not have any trouble sleeping. We finally hooked up. This used to just run to nowhere, so anyway, the things that happen. Lots of inspection points, by the way, sort of required by law anyway, but amazing when you get a real plumber in, how much he teaches you about what has to actually happen to make a system legal. Anyway, we're good, finally. All right, all the best, and we'll go put these conduits in now, and then that's why I've been waiting for Sam. Actually just finishing with a client. Big tip when you're running conduits and you've got to run wires through them, really easy if you've got one person at one end, one person at the other end. Happens in a quarter of the time, I can tell you, than running back and forth with multiple cables. So that won't take long, probably 20 minutes we'll have those in. And we've got to run a water line too, that's right, that's the other thing we've got to do. I knew there was something else that had to be thrown into this, but once again, you don't have to chuck them more than down about a couple hundred mil, as long as you're out the way. If you're gonna go poking things into the ground at any stage, but generally a lot of these pipes here, once they're concreted over, you don't sort of really get to play with them too much. All right, 73s, all the best, and thanks very much for having a look at our little progress video. It's certainly getting there. Tomorrow we'll be flushing a toilet. All the best. Cheers.